This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Smash that like button if you're awake today. Okay, let's get ready to it. Hit that subscribe button. So today we are going to be talking about 50 Cent in G-Unit. 50 Cent went off today, as he does almost every other day. And he's kind of speaking the truth in a way. The thing I like about 50 Cent is he put everybody on. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Hit that bell, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you guys' positive vibes. Tomorrow's the 4th. Sorry for starting late, but I had to start late today. I had to take care of some things. But please bear with me. I know there's a lot of things going on with me lately, but trust me, I got you. So, G-Unit. 50 Cent put them all on. Young Buck, Lloyd Banks, Tony Yayo. Tony Yayo is the most loyal one of all of them, okay? Then, you had the Game, but they weren't core members, the Game and people like that. Now, he made sure everybody was a millionaire. I always commend 50 Cent because most guys, you got your Jeezys and a bunch of other people that Rick Ross started crews. Remember, where's Gunplay and everybody else in Maybach Music Group? Remember? They had a group, triple, what was it called? Triple C or something like that. Triple C's. And then he had Gunplay, and then he had Torch, and then he had the other guy, I forget his name, but he's a cool guy. I'm sorry, I forgot his name. They're not all millionaires, okay? 50 Cent made sure all his guys were millionaires. When he got the Torch and he ran with it, okay? He went diamond. He didn't drop another album. He dropped a G-Unit album. And then that put them all on display. And then they all had solo albums. They were multi-millionaires, okay? And 50 Cent comments today on them messing up the bag. He said, some people are not built to make it. Their habits and instincts will pull them right back to the struggle. You put them on, they mess up the package. Now, 50 Cent, the only person he takes on the road with him all the time is Tony Yayo. Tony Yayo has only had one little discrepancy with 50, and they patch it right back up. Tony Yayo sends, goes around the world with 50 Cent, and they're just good friends. He's a loyal friend. This is the loyal friend you all want, is Tony Yayo. So I don't think he's really talking about Tony Yayo as much here, because Tony Yayo always talks about he wasn't really a rapper, really. He was 50's friend. 50 made him rap. And, it worked. He became a millionaire, right? So he's always very thankful to 50 for that. Young Buck didn't make it until he was with 50 Cent. Yeah, he was with, Cash Money and them before. And he was with, what's his name? I can't believe I don't remember his name. But anyway, Juvenile. And then that didn't work out. So then he got with G-Unit. And it worked. Okay? But now Young Buck goes against him. Lloyd Banks kind of left the crew. 50 Cent also adds. He says, then he adds, do you realize G-Unit only did 5 shows together without me in 16 years? Every time you saw them together, it was at my show. Now, that's a big bag they messed up. And then someone else said Banks would have gone far in the game. Banks was, and still is, one of the most lyrical ones. But he doesn't take full advantage. He always commented that these guys didn't put the money where they should have. Instead of reinvesting in themselves, they would wait for G-Unit to invest in them. He even talks about one time he had a G-Unit clothing. All 50 Cent wore was G-Unit clothing during those times. G-Unit shoe step. They all had sponsors from G-Unit clothing. But yeah, he had a meeting and he said, look under the table. Who has G-Unit sneakers on? Only 50 Cent had G-Unit sneakers on. He said, you got to be your brand. You guys are getting paid to wear this stuff and market it, and you're not. 50 Cent is a business genius. So someone else said, you just lost a follower. And then he says, no, now you're dumb. 50 Cent is ruthless on here. He said, someone said, did Buck mess the whole package up? 50 Cent, the whole package. It's just amazing to me that, it's amazing to me that they all, except for Tony Yayo, stays around. But it's like, they all messed up. Even the Game, he could have had more money. The Game did okay on his own because he was from a different coast. He still had, backing and everything. He made it work. He didn't get lazy. Game never was lazy. He made it happen on his own. But he still messed up the unity. Once the unity starts falling apart, the brand kind of fell apart. 50 Cent was his own brand, but the G-Unit brand fell apart. And that was because they didn't all get the same, they weren't all on the same page 50 was. 50 Cent might be ruthless. You might question him on his relationship with his eldest child and a bunch of stuff. But there's one thing that is not even debatable. This guy is very smart when it comes to business. He knows how to sell a product, and he does it very well. And if they were all on the same page with him, they would all have had twice, maybe 3 times as much money, 50 Cent included. It's a shame, when you try to you try to help everybody out and they don't all get on the same page. Anyways, we've all been in that position when you're trying to make something go off the ground. I've had that position happen many, many, many times with me where I picked the wrong people to do business with and it falls apart. And that's why I just do my own thing now, because I know I won't let myself down. And if I do let myself down, all I can do is blame myself. I can't blame the next guy for not getting on the same page, Anyways, guys, it's JordanTower JT News. I hope you appreciated this one. I'll do another one in an hour. I'm going to catch up. Don't worry. I'm going to catch up. I appreciate you guys. Peace. Drake Graham, born October 24th, 1986. We know him as Drake. Everyone was introduced to him on Degrassi, the teen drama television series, and then he took it to another level when he started a career as a rapper when Canadians weren't looked at as the nicest rappers. He came out with Comeback Season, gained the attention of Lil Wayne through Jazz Prince out there in Houston, was introduced to Lil Wayne, signed to Young Money, and followed up with a So Far Gone mixtape, and never looked back since. Now he sold over 10 million albums, has done multiple world tours. This is the 10 secrets to success with Drake.
While you're on the journey, you have to disconnect from the end goal, because if you're just focused on some end goal, then you might get there, but it'll be hard to progress past that. But he always told me, just be here right now.
This is so true. When you're chasing a goal, sometimes you miss all the good times in the middle. I mean, even when I look back on my career, you get to a place where you imagined yourself, you dreamed yourself to be at this goal at the end, but then when you look back, you wish you cherished those moments on the journey to getting to the end goal, because you can learn a lot in those moments. The people that try to stop you, the good times with people you worked with. You gotta really just live for the moment and be in the moment, and don't live just in the future. Envision yourself at that goal, but also really enjoy the moments to get to the final destination.
The further you climb towards the top, the more hands you have on your pant leg dragging you to the bottom.
When you're on the journey to success, the more success you get along the way your journey, it comes on levels, it comes in steps, but every step you take further, closer to your goal, people will try to bring you down and stop you. People just try and stop you. They hate on you. They try to discourage you. Don't let the haters pull you down. You got to wear strong pants. Don't let them pull your pants down. Don't let them discourage you. Don't let them talk you out of completing your dream, or letting you know it's not possible, or saying, hey, you suck. Everyone wants to discourage you from moving forward, and you just got to get through that and just be strong and get through it and believe in yourself.
I never want to be always right, because then I can't grow. I need mistakes.
When we're on our journey to success again, we make mistakes along the way. We're like, oh man, I shouldn't have trusted this person, or I shouldn't have signed this deal, or I shouldn't have done this. But you got to make mistakes to learn. We all learn from our mistakes, okay? I mean, that's life. We learn by doing. Our parents always tell us, live this way, live that way, because they've been through the mistakes. But the best way to learn from a mistake is to make it. Just hope that mistake isn't so big you can't come back from it. I mean, small mistakes along your career, you learn from them. It's always a lesson. It's not a loss. It's a lesson. So it's never just an L. You got to learn these lessons in life to get to your final goal and be the best person that you can be in your field.
I think about the individuals like Wayne, like Ross, like Ye, like the guys that I know, you know, if I take tonight off, I know that one of them is probably in the studio crafting something magical, you know, so I should probably stay a little longer.
This is where I see a lot of people fall off in life. You get to your destination, you're competing with your peers, and you get comfortable. When you get comfortable, someone can outwork you. So you always got to know that, you know, even Facebook, everybody like this, they know someone else is in a garage putting in overtime, trying to make a better platform than them. So they got to put in just as much work to keep outdoing that guy in the garage. You know, there's always someone that wants to take your spot. That's the bottom line. So you got to put that work in to keep your spot. Always, I mean, Lil Wayne, he wasn't just the best rapper because he said it, and he outworked everybody. He stayed in studio. When everybody was partying, he was in studio, dropping mixtape after mixtape, getting on everybody's feature. He outworked everybody. So not just the bars, but the work ethic. The work ethic is so important. You gotta put the work in to get the accolades. The last thing I've heard Drake say and always say is just be yourself. He didn't try to be anybody else. You can't be somebody else. You can only be you. So be the best you can and be your biggest competitor. Always try to outdo what you did yesterday. That's very important. Put that work in. Perfect your craft. Practice. Well, this was inspirational words from Drake and JordanTower. Make sure you stay tuned for JordanTower Motivation on Tuesdays and Thursdays and on the weekends. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next video. JordanTower Films. JordanTower